record. Okay. Gabe, I'll swear you at this time. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will truly, accurately, and impartially interpret the matter now before the court and not divulge confidential communications?
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Mr. Moritz and Mr. Tubergen, while we're waiting for the jail, just procedurally, this is going to be the commencement of the preliminary examination, the matter of People versus Jose Eduardo Perez Jaquez. And it's my understanding that we'll be calling one witness today who is present. And then there will be a continuance of the preliminary examination after the testimony of that one person is completed. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And the name of the witness is?
Ricardo Garan.
Giron?
Correct.
Okay. And Mr. Giron, are you able to understand the interpreter all right?
Señor Girán, ¿usted puede entender al intérprete? Sí. Yes.
Okay, great. All right, so we'll just wait for the jail.
Mr. Moritz, can you hear us all right?
Yes, I can.
All right.
All right. We're ready to proceed then in the preliminary examination, file 2087029. Why? This is a 2-count complaint. Count 1, homicide, open murder, statutory short form. Count 2, felony firearm charge. Mr. Tubergen is here today on behalf of the people. Mr. Moritz is appearing via Zoom. Defendant is also appearing via Zoom from the Ottawa County Jail. And the preliminary examination will be commenced today with Mr. Ricardo Giron being called as a witness. Are the people ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And are you ready, Mr. Moritz?
Your Honor, we're ready to proceed.
All right. Go ahead, Mr. Tubergen.
Your Honor, the people call Ricardo Garan.
All right. Sir, you can just remain at your seat. Would you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth?
Yes.
All right.
Can you please state your full name and spell your last for the record?
Por favor, diga su nombre completo y el último lo escribe.
Ricardo Girón Arreguín.
Ricardo Girón Arreguín.
Can you spell your last name for the record?
Deletree su apellido.
Girón.
Girón. Deletree.
Oh. La G, la I, la R, O-N.
Giron.
Mr. Garan, what do you do? Or I'm sorry, where do you live?
Señor Girón, ¿dónde usted vive?
En la Barenal.
At Barenal.
I'm sorry?
Barenal.
Barenal.
Is that a trailer park here in Ottawa County?
¿Es un lugar de trailer aquí que está en Ottawa County?
Sí.
Yes.
Do you know what lot number you live at?
¿Tú recuerdas el lot que donde vives?
362.
362.
I want to direct your attention back to the early morning hours of August 30th, 2020. Do you remember that morning?
Quiero yo que tú te recuerdes de las primeras horas del agosto 20 de 2020. ¿Te recuerdas las primeras horas de ese día?
De lo que pasó.
Of what happened?
Yeah, do you remember what happened?
¿Te recuerdas lo que pasó?
Sí.
Yes.
Can you describe for the court what you saw?
¿Puedes decirnos aquí al tribunal qué tú viste?
Ese día eran las 7 de la mañana
That day, it was about 7 in the morning.
cuando yo me levanté al baño.
I got up to go to the bathroom,
Enseguida me fui a acostar otra vez
and then I went back to bed,
y escuché 5 a 4 disparos.
and I heard 4 shotguns.
Entonces yo me asomé un poquito por la ventana
And so I peeked over the window,
y miré a un hombre corriendo vestido de negro.
and I saw a black man dressed in black. He was running,
Se subió a una Hammer blanca
and he got into a white Hummer,
y se fue.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear what you said, Gabe.
and then he got into a white Hummer car.
Okay, thank you.
Y se fue.
Vehicle.
Okay, so about 7 a.m., you got up and went to the bathroom.
So a las 7 de la mañana te levantaste a ir al baño.
Sí.
Yes.
Then you said you went back to bed.
And then, y después tú dijiste que volviste a tu cama.
Sí.
Yes.
When you went back to bed, did you fall back to sleep?
Cuando tú fuiste te quedaste dormido?
No, yo estaba despierto.
No, I was awake.
How long after you returned to your bedroom from the bathroom did you hear the gunshots?
¿Qué tanto tiempo desde que tú volviste del baño a tu cama escuchaste los balazos?
Como 5, 10 segundos.
About 5 to 10 seconds.
So very quick after you returned to your bedroom.
Entonces fue bien rápido después que tú volviste a tu cama.
Sí.
Yes.
Upon hearing the gunshots, you said you looked out your window.
Cuando tú escuchaste los balazos, dijiste que fuiste a ver por la ventana.
Mi cama está junto a la ventana.
Yes, my bed is next to the window.
Which direction does your window face?
¿A qué dirección tu ventana mira?
Al frente.
To the front.
So your bedroom's in the front of the trailer.
Entonces tu cuarto de dormir está en frente de la trailer.
Sí.
Yes.
Would that be the bedroom nearest to the road or farthest from the road?
¿Ese es el cuarto que está más cerca de la calle o al final más atrás de la calle?
Está al centro. Al centro de la...
In the middle.
When you looked out the window, what are you able to see when you're looking outside your bedroom window?
Cuando tú miras por la ventana hacia afuera, ¿qué es lo que tú puedes ver?
No mucho. Un poquito para los lados y todo enfrente.
Not very much. I can see a little bit to the side and to the front.
When you look out your window, can you see the road?
Cuando tú miras por la ventana, ¿puedes ver la calle?
Sí.
Yes.
You said that you saw an individual dressed in all black running. Where was the person running?
Tú dices que viste una persona vestida de negro corriendo.
Ujú.
¿Dónde esta persona estaba corriendo?
Enfrente de las telas.
In front of the trailers.
Were you able to see this person fairly well?
¿Tú la pudiste ver a esta persona? ¿La pudiste identificar bien?
Solo estaba vestido de negro.
He was dressed in white, in black. He was dressed in black.
Didn't see his face.
¿No viste su cara?
No.
No.
When you observed the person running, did you see the person carrying anything?
Cuando tú viste a esta persona corriendo, ¿viste que llevaba algo?
Un arma.
Yes, yeah, he was carrying a long weapon.
A long weapon, is that what you said?
¿Un arma larga?
Sí, grande.
Yes, it was this long.
So for the record, that would be 1.5 to 2 feet long.
Como un pie y medio, un pie y medio.
No sé cuánto sea un pie.
I don't know what is a foot. I don't know.
But for the record, you indicated.
Yeah.
For the record, I'll state for the record, it's about 1.5 to 2 feet.
Así que más o menos uno y medio.
Mr. Moritz, are you able to see that?
Yes.
Pudo ver.
Did you were you able to observe the firearm at that point in time?
Entonces tú pudiste observar y ver el arma. Yes.
Were you able to see any markings or the color of the weapon?
¿Pudiste ver alguna marca o el color del arma?
Solo negro.
It was black.
When you observed this person in all black running with the firearm, where did the person go?
Cuando tú ves a esta persona vestida de negro con el arma en la mano corriendo, ¿dónde está? ¿Dónde él iba?
Iba al frente de las trailers, corriendo.
Was in front of the trailers running.
You said to a white Hummer.
Tú dices que iba corriendo hacia un vehículo de blanco Hummer.
Sí.
Yes.
Could you see the white Hummer?
¿Tú pudiste ver el vehículo White Hammer? ¿Lo podías ver?
Solamente de un lado. De un lado, sí. Nomás le vi el frente del carro.
Okay, I only could see only one side.
Which side, driver's side or passenger side?
¿De qué lado? ¿Del chofer o del pasajero?
Chofer.
Driver side.
Where was the white Hummer in relation to the window that you were looking out of?
De donde estabas mirando por la ventana, ¿dónde estaba situado el vehículo blanco Hummer?
Enfrente.
In front.
Like straight in front of your window?
¿Derecho enfrente de tu ventana? Yes.
So the individual that you saw running all black would have been running towards your trailer into your viewpoint.
Entonces la persona que venía vestida de negro venía caminando hacia como enfrente de tu casa.
Enfrente de las que están al otro lado.
Okay, he was running in front of the trailer across where I'm staying.
You said you live in lot 362.
Entonces tú dices que vive en el lugar, el lot 362.
Was the white Hummer parked directly across the street from your trailer?
Entonces tú dices que el vehículo blanco Hummer estaba estacionado al frente de donde tú vives.
Estaba enfrente de la otra trailer.
Yes, it was in front of another trailer.
Was that trailer directly across the street?
Y esa trailer estaba al otro lado de la calle.
Sí.
Yes.
You know what lot number is directly across the street from your lot?
¿Tú te recuerdas o sabes cuál es el número del lot al frente de donde tú vives?
No.
No, I don't.
Did the person that you saw running in all black get into the white Hummer?
Entonces, la persona que venía corriendo con traje negro entró al vehículo blanco.
Sí.
Yes.
Which side, driver side or passenger side?
¿A cuál lado? ¿El lado del chofer o el lado del el pasajero? Driver side.
Did you see anybody else at that time running to the white Hummer or in the area?
¿Tuviste alguna otra persona corriendo hacia el vehículo blanco en la zona?
No, solo él.
No, he was the only one.
After the individual got into the white Hummer, what happened next?
Después que esta persona entró a este vehículo blanco, ¿para dónde se fue?
Para todo el frente.
He kept going straight. I mean,
In the white Hummer or running?
¿con el vehículo se fue o se fue corriendo?
Con el vehículo.
With the vehicle.
When that vehicle left, did it leave slowly, quickly?
Cuando ese vehículo salió despacito, rápido, it went fast.
The person that was dressed in all black, can you describe the clothing that this person was wearing?
¿Tú puedes describir la ropa negra que esta persona tenía?
Pantalón negro y chamarra negra. Gorra negra.
Black pants, black jacket, and a black hat.
Anything on the face?
¿Algo en la cara?
Tenía tapada también con algo negro.
Yeah, he was covered with something black.
The black hat,
Gorro negro,
Sí.
black face covering,
negro para cubrirse la cara.
Sí.
Yes.
black jacket,
Una chaqueta negra. Yes.
and black pants.
Y negros los pantalones.
Todo de negro.
Yeah, all black.
That morning, was it light outside or was it dark outside?
¿Esa mañana estaba oscuro afuera o estaba claro afuera?
Era de día.
It was daytime.
So you could see perfectly fine outside.
Tú podías ver perfectamente bien. Yes.
Were there any other obstructions in your way, other trailers or other, trees or cars or anything like that from you watching this individual running with the gun?
¿Había alguna obstrucción, árbol, auto que te impedía ver la mirada en ese día?
No,
No.
I'm sorry, did you say running with a gun?
Correct.
The testimony established that he observed the person with a gun in his hand?
Yes, the 1.5 to 2 foot long weapon.
All right, thank you.
Is that right, Mr. Grahn?
Pues dice que el arma era como de un pie de largo, un pie y medio de largo. ¿Estaba corriendo con el arma? Sí. Yes.
When the person got into the white Hummer, were you able to see what he did with the gun that he was carrying?
Cuando esta persona entró al auto blanco, al vehículo blanco, el Hummer, ¿tú viste qué él hizo con el arma?
no,
No.
solo se metió junto con el arma.
No, I know he got inside with the gun in hand, and then he left.
So he got into the white Hummer with the gun.
Entonces él entró al vehículo con el arma. Yes.
Then he drove away fast.
Y entonces él salió rápido.
Sí.
Yes.
What did you do next?
¿Qué hizo después?
Me quedé ahí, ¿no?
I stayed there.
You said you heard 4 to 5 gunshots?
Entonces usted dice que escuchó 4 a 5 balazos.
Sí.
Yes.
How long after hearing those 4 to 5 gunshots did it take you to look out your window?
Después, ¿qué tanto tiempo después de haber escuchado estos 5 balazos usted miró por la ventana?
3 segundos.
3 seconds.
So you heard the gunshots. Within 3 seconds, you're looking out your window and you see this individual in all black running in front of your window.
Entonces, usted escuchó los balazos, 3 segundos después que escuchó los balazos, usted mira por la ventana y ve a esta persona corriendo.
Sí.
Yes.
You live in the trailer park at 523 Butternut Drive?
Usted vive en la zona de Butternut Drive, 523 Butternut Drive. I mean, el
362.
362, that's the lot.
Lot 362. Okay. Do you know the address of your residence?
¿Sabes tú la dirección de tu dónde vive?
No. Es la calle Barnard, 261.
All I know is my lot number 3.
Mr. Garan, did you see, I know you testified that he got into the driver's side of the vehicle. Was it the driver's seat or was it the back seat on the driver's side?
Señor Girán, yo sé que usted testificó que él se metió en el vehículo. Era el lugar del lado del pasajero, de donde se maneja, pero era la puerta de adelante o la puerta de atrás.
Adelante.
De front door,
The front door, driver's door.
de la puerta del conductor.
Sí.
Yes, driver door.
My family, deputies that were involved. I've had a long history of alcohol related offenses. I was managing alcohol addiction activity, but I was going through myself. Alcohol has affected my life next to me. And as a 14-year-old man, I learned that I need spiritual and physical guidance more than ever in my life. I need to work tools that parents along the road.
No further questions at this time.
No más preguntas.
Mr. Moritz?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Duran, can you hear me okay?
Señor Girón, ¿me puede escuchar? Sí. Yes.
Mr. Duran, my name's John Moritz. I'm going to be asking you questions today about the incident. Okay.
Sí, señor Girón, yo soy John Morris y le voy a hacer algunas preguntas sobre este incidente. Okay.
Now, on August 30 of this year, you were living at 362 Leisure Estate, correct?
Agosto 30, usted estaba viviendo en el lot 362 en Barina Estates. Yes.
Who else, if anyone, Mr. John, was living there with you?
Can you repeat the question?
Who else was living there with you, Mr. John?
Oh, ¿con quién más usted vive ahí?
con toda mi familia.
With my family, with all my family.
What was the name of the contract?
19 that I even entertained the idea of obtaining a firearm. I realize all my reasoning. I only pray the court has understanding, wisdom, and mercy. Thank you, Your Honor.
And is that echoing coming from Mr. Moritz?
I don't believe it's here.
Okay, can you hear it?
I can hear you.
Okay. We were getting some echoing, probably coming from the booking area of the jail.
Mr. Duran, who was living there with you on August 30?
Señor Girón, ¿quién estaba viviendo con usted allí donde vivía en agosto 30?
Mis padres y mis hermanos.
My parents and my siblings, my whole family.
Can you tell me their names?
¿Me puede decir sus nombres?
Ellos,
Of them?
I'm sorry, what was the response?
Of them? He asked for the name. Yes, he like to know if he need to say their name.
Yes.
Samuel Girón Arreguín,
Samuel Girón
Arreguín,
Arreguín,
Félix Girón Arreguín,
Félix Girón Arreguín,
Salomón Girón Sánchez,
Salomón Girón Sánchez,
Gabriela Girón Arreguín,
Gabriela Girón Arreguín,
Juan Diego Girón Arreguín,
Juan Diego Girón Ajerín,
Juan Felipe Girón Arreguín,
Juan Felipe Girón Ajerín,
María Trinidad Girón Arreguín,
María Trinidad Girón Aguirrín,
María Dolores Arreguín Aguirre,
María Dolores Arreguín Aguirres.
todos.
That's it.
Okay, you've named about 10 people. We're going to have to get spellings of the names. Unless there's objection from council, we'll just have you write the spelling of those names out and we'll incorporate that into the record.
Tú nombraste más o menos 10 personas. Necesitamos escribir bien sus nombres para que queden expedientes, los vamos a escribir después.
No objection.
All right. Are those all siblings or?
¿Todos son hermanos y hermanas?
Hermanos,
Yes, brothers and sisters.
All right. And any parents, cousins, they're all brothers and sisters?
No hay relativos como primos, son todos de la familia.
nada más está un cuñado ahí.
A brother-in-law only.
Okay.
Brother-in-law.
And which one's the brother-in-law?
¿Quién es el
Se llama Eduardo Coronado García.
Eduardo Coronado García?
Okay. I'm sorry, go ahead, Mr. Gonzalez. I'm sorry, Mr. Moritz.
Thank you, Your Honor. Were those people, Mr. Duran, present in your home on the morning of August?
¿Todas esas personas estaban allí esta mañana de agosto? Yes.
Now, the gunshots did not wake you up, is that correct?
Entonces los balazos no te despertaron a ti.
Yo estaba despierto.
I was awake.
Did you notice if any of your relatives were awake at the same time?
¿Tú te diste cuenta si hay otros de tus parientes estaban despiertos?
No, era yo.
No, I was the only one.
Were you interviewed that morning by a police officer?
un policía, un oficial de policía lo entrevistó esa misma mañana a usted?
Sí.
Yes.
Were you interviewed by more than one police officer?
Yeah, by more than one police officer?
¿Te entrevistó más de un policía?
Sí, más,
Yeah.
más de uno.
Yes, more than one.
Was the first police officer that interviewed you in uniform?
¿El primer policía que te entrevistó estaba vestido con el uniforme?
Sí, primero sí.
Yes. Yes, he was.
And did someone translate for you what the police officer's questions were?
¿Había una persona que le tradujera mientras usted estaba hablando con el policía?
Sí, mi cuñado.
Yes, my brother-in-law.
And that was Eduardo Coronado Garcia.
Eduardo Coronado García.
Sí.
Yes.
How long was it until the second police officer interviewed you?
¿Cuánto tiempo pasó hasta que el segundo policía viniera a conversar con usted?
No recuerdo.
I don't remember exactly.
Was the second police officer in plain clothes?
Was the second officer in plain clothes?
¿Estaba el otro policía en vestida de calle?
Vestido normal.
Yeah, he was dressed normal, yes.
And did the same person, that being your brother-in-law,
¿Y la otra persona también tu cuñado te interpretó?
Sí.
Yes.
translate the questions?
¿Él interpretó las preguntas?
Sí.
Yes.
Now, do you know whether, was there an hour in between the interviews? More than an hour or less than an hour, would you say?
¿Tú recuerdas que entre medio de las dos entrevistas hubo una hora o menos de una hora?
Menos de una hora.
Less than an hour.
Do you understand English at all, Mr. Duran?
¿Tú entiendes algo de inglés?
Muy.
Little bit.
Now, the individual that you saw leaving lot number 7, was that a male or a female?
Entonces, ¿la persona que tuviste salir fue hombre o mujer?
Hombre.
Men.
How do you know that?
¿Cómo sabes eso?
Por la vestida.
Because of the clothes he was wearing.
Because of wearing pants and
Porque por los pantalones.
Sí.
Yes.
so you assumed that was a male from the clothing, correct?
Tú asumes que esta persona era hombre.
Sí.
Yes.
What kind of hat was the individual?
¿Qué clase de gorra él estaba usando?
Era una gorra negra, completamente negra.
It was a black hat,
A baseball cap or some other type of cap?
así como béisbol o como otro tipo.
Como béisbol.
Yeah, like baseball.
Were there any designs on the cap?
¿Había algún diseño en el gorro?
No.
No.
Was there anything unusual that you noticed about the cap?
¿Usted vio algo inusual de la gorra que él andaba, que llevaba?
No.
No.
From your first observation of the individual until the individual got into the Hummer, how much time had elapsed?
Del tiempo que tú lo observaste a él, al tiempo que se entró al vehículo del Hammer, ¿cuánto tiempo fue este?
Como
5 to 6 seconds.
Were the windows on the Hummer tinted?
Tinted, he said?
Tinted.
Estaban los espejos de los vidrios del vehículo negros cubiertos con ese.
creo que sí.
I think so.
So you were able to see inside of the Hummer from where you were?
¿Pudiste ver o observar dentro del vehículo?
No.
No.
Was there a red Pontiac in the vicinity parked?
También había un Pontiac rojo en el lugar.
Sí.
Yes.
Where was that car?
¿Dónde está este auto estacionado?
Atrás del.
Behind the Hummer.
Which side of the Hummer?
¿Qué lado estaba?
Atrás.
Behind. Behind.
Did the individual that you saw dressed in black go a straight line from number 7 to the Hummer?
Esta persona que estaba corriendo en una línea derecha hacia su auto.
Sí.
Yes.
And did the individual then get in the car and start the car, the Hummer?
Entonces, la persona entró al Hammer y lo echó a andar. Yes. Yes.
And then left the area?
Y se fue de la zona.
Sí.
Yes.
Did the red Pontiac interfere with that at all?
¿El auto rojo Pontiac interfirió con alguno de estos movimientos?
No, estaba ahí parqueado.
No, it was parked.
Now, the number of gunshots that you heard were, I think you said 4 or 5?
Los nombres de los balazos que usted dice que escuchó eran entre 4 y 5.
Sí.
Yes.
And how much time elapsed from the first gunshot to the last gunshot?
¿Un tiempo hubo desde el primer balazo hasta el último balazo?
Fueron seguidos.
The word continue.
I'm sorry, what was that?
They were continuous.
Yeah, the word continue.
Okay. And from the first gunshot you heard to the last gunshot you heard, how much time elapsed?
¿Cuánto tiempo tú crees que fue eso? Del primero al último balazo. 1 per second.
I'm sorry, one or 2 seconds, did you say?
1 por segundo.
1 per second.
1 per second, Mr. Morris.
Did they sound the same?
¿Y el sonido era el mismo? Yes.
Was the person you saw wearing all black?
Entonces la persona que dice estaba vestida toda de negro.
Todo completamente.
Yes, all black.
Shoes? Shoes?
Zapatos.
Negros.
Yes, black shoes.
Pants, shirt, hat?
Pantalones, camiseta, check. Yes, all black.
And you testified earlier that the person had a mask on? Is that correct?
You testified earlier that the person had a mask on. Is that correct?
¿Tú testificaste anteriormente que la persona estaba usando una máscara?
Una máscara.
Yes, yes, a mask.
Would you describe that mask for me, please?
¿Puedes describirme la máscara?
Estaba todo.
It cover his front.
I think we refer to it as a virus mask.
As a black what mask?
Virus mask?
One more time.
Virus. ¿Era la misma máscara de los virus estos?
No recuerdo bien si era máscara esa o de otra.
Yeah, I don't remember if it was the same type of mask or something else.
Mr. John, how tall was the individual that you saw dressed in black that morning?
Señor Girón, ¿qué tan alto era la persona que usted vio mañana? About 170 meters.
Okay.
1.7 meters.
Okay.
1.7 metros. Yes.
All right.
Have you seen that Hummer in your neighborhood before or since this incident?
¿Usted ha visto ese auto Hammer blanco anterior o después del accidente?
Nada más saberlo, mira.
That was the only one. I saw it.
The question was there any other occasion that he had seen that?
La pregunta es si la ha visto en alguna otra ocasión.
No.
No.
I have no other questions. Thank you.
No, I don't
Thank you,
have
Mr.
any
Martz.
question.
Any redirect, Mr. Tubergen?
Briefly, Your Honor. You said the individual that you saw running was 1.7 meters tall approximately.
Usted dice que la persona que usted vio era 1.7 metros.
Más o menos.
About.
What about weight? The person skinny, fat, or somewhere in the middle?
¿Qué tal su estructura física? ¿Era delgado, grueso,
Delgado.
thin?
Did you ever see anybody get into the red Pontiac at that time?
¿Usted vio a alguien entrar al vehículo Pontiac rojo?
No.
No.
The person you saw running in all black with the black long gun went straight, running down the road into the white Hummer, got into the driver's seat, and then sped off. Is that right?
La persona que tú viste, toda vestida de negro, con el arma en la mano, corrió derecho al auto, al vehículo blanco Hummer y se fue. Yes.
Then left the area.
Y después salió del lugar.
Sí.
Yes.
And you have never seen that Hummer before.
¿Y tú nunca habías visto ese vehículo antes?
No.
No.
How long have you lived in that trailer?
¿Por cuánto tiempo tú viviste en este lugar?
Tengo viviendo 8
I had lived there for 8 years.
8 years?
8 años?
Sí.
Yes.
Have you seen that white Hummer since?
¿Y la has vuelto a ver?
No, ya no.
No. No. No.
No further questions.
All right. Any recross, Mr. Moritz?
I have a couple of questions, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Dos preguntas más.
Mr. John, is the red Pontiac that you saw that morning a car that was there before?
Did you get that?
No, Your Honor.
Have you seen the red Pontiac before?
Oh, okay. El auto rojo Pontiac, ¿lo habías visto antes?
Sí, ahí vive.
Yes. He lives there.
Did you get that, John?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
Mhm.
Mr. John, that morning, you saw one weapon and one weapon only. Is that correct?
Y esa mañana tuviste solamente un arma, solamente un arma.
Sí, nada más eso.
Yes. Yes, I only see one weapon. One weapon.
Thank you. I have no other questions of Mr. Duran.
None.
Anything else, Mr. Tubergen? All right. And I will order a continuance of the preliminary examination then to a convenient date and time. And Mr. Duran is relieved from the subpoena at this time.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, I have prepared a court's exhibit number 1, which I would like the witness and the interpreter to write down the spellings of all the persons who were at that mobile home at that time on August 30 of this year.
Entonces, como hablamos antes, que él quiere que pongamos los nombres de las personas que tú mencionaste que viven en Santiago. Right now?
Yes, but we'll adjourn proceedings at this time. If you just fill it out before you leave the courtroom.
Ya, podemos hacerlo ahora y puede llenarlo aquí ahora.
I will provide that to the court, Your Honor, when it's completed.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Your Honor, may I have an opportunity to go into a breakout room briefly with my client?
Yeah, why don't you do that? And if you can get the assistance of the deputies to speak with Mr. Clausen, that would be fine also. But I have to leave in a few minutes. So if there's going to be a resolution of the Clausen matter, it'll necessarily be early this afternoon or sometime next week.
That's fine.
Amen.
Okay, all right.
Amen.
So we'll put you and
Dolores.
Mr. Perez in the breakout room, and when you're done, let Christy know, and Christy can let the jail know that he can be brought back.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you, Your Honor.
Yep, thank you. Can you mute us while they're in the breakout room, so I don't have to worry about it?